Hi everybody, it's Melissa Harriet. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about 7 ways to refresh your home for fall. I am not a huge every holiday decorator, but I love a good seasonal refresh, baby. So I may not do like a whole bunch of pumpkins inside for Halloween. I'm probably not gonna put a turkey up for Thanksgiving, but to bring the outside kind of autumn colors into the home, I love doing that. There's something beautiful about just like cooler mornings and crisper evenings. Let's talk about 7 ways to refresh your home. You ready? 1, easy, will probably come as a surprise to no one. Pillows, I love them. I love a good throw pillow. This is a perfect example of a way to bring fall colors in with pillows. It's got a little bit of a slight pattern, but we've got like a brownish red. Think about all of the colors that you'll see as the leaves turn and change outside. So you get your bright, vibrant reds, you get your burgundies, your maroons, your browns of the branches. We still have green, really deep, dark green. We've got every shade of green. We've got beautiful like golds and yellows and oranges. So anytime you can bring any of those in, it's going to feel very seasonal. I also love a throw. You can get a great throw for like less than 30 bucks. As you place it over your couch, it can change the entire feel of that furniture. Very affordable, super quick, very impactful way to change up your space. Number 2, small accessories. I'm not saying like, hey, swap out your coffee table because it's fall. I'm talking details, baby. Let's say you have a vase with stems or flowers, and that vase is white, or maybe it's glass or something that's light and airy, potentially like a spring color, and you want things to feel deeper and moodier and more vibey in your home. Small accessories are an easy, quick way to do that. So think about maybe you bring in a piece of pottery that is like black or brown or stone. We're thinking marble, travertine, anything that again pulls the outside in, brings a little bit of darkness in, is going to be a really nice nod to the change of seasons. Number 3, your greenery. Now, should you just ditch all of your summer plants? No, you shouldn't. You can make those a bit darker. You can bring in deeper purples and plums and again, browns and oranges and reds and all of that stuff into your greenery. If you're more of a faux girly or gent, then there's beautiful faux greenery that actually looks really good now, but I'm a huge fan of like straight up foraging, going outside, getting a pair of like aggressively strong scissors or just your hands if you can pop off a couple branches, some leaves. And I love oversized, right? So as the leaves change color, maybe you can get some beautiful branches or stems that have either already fallen or that you can kind of snip off yourself and bring those in to your home. You can make it a little sprig, like just a little one in a bud vase, which is a really small vase, and maybe you put it on your kitchen windowsill or in your bathroom on the side of the sink. Maybe get a bigger vessel for your coffee table or your dining room table and just do an aggressive amount of branches, and it'll go a long way again to, wait for it, how many times have I said it already? Bringing the outside in. Number 4, small art. Maybe you have bookshelves that have like small pieces of art. Perhaps you have a wall that has a little bit of a gallery wall. You can change the vibe of your house just by swapping out what's inside of a frame. There are a ton of digital downloads online that you can get sent to your email in literally seconds. Maybe dark, vintage, moody landscapes, darker colors, and you can swap out frames you already have, add frames and layer art where maybe you didn't have them before, or even take, I'm sorry about your kids' school pictures for what I'm gonna suggest, but if you have tabletop frames, 4x6, 5x7, and you're like, listen, Johnny, I love you. You look adorable in this picture, but I need a vibe in my house. Maybe you put a dark print of a moody landscape in Johnny's picture frame. Or instead of taking Johnny's school picture out of the frame, what you could do is include Johnny in an arts and crafts project. Give them just like fall colors, crayons, markers, paints, whatever, and have them almost make their own art, something really special and personal, and then they're a part of the craft project. I will not claim to be a DIYer. I am not a crafter, but I do love using children's artwork in designs for family homes. So, and just in case you didn't hear me when I said it, the key to that is controlling the colors, honey, because we're trying to bring a vibe in. Johnny gets taupe, brown, burgundy, maybe a mustard. You control the narrative here. All right, number 5 is bedding. So in our bedrooms, it's simple. Like we already talked about pillows, we already talked about throws. Just extend that from your living room into your bedroom. You can swap out a couple of throw pillows, maybe use a different end of bed blanket. It does obviously get a little bit cooler in most climates this time of year. So maybe you get rid of nothing, you swap nothing, you just add a different layer, and you can use whatever color you bring in a pillow in the end of bed blanket. You can fall in love with the blanket first, repeat that color in a pillow. I'm gonna talk to maybe the male partners in these relationships. I hear probably 3 times a week, my insert husband, partner, boyfriend, whatever, does not want a lot of throw pillows on our bed because he doesn't want to take them on and off. I feel you, I understand. So maybe you just get one long lumbar pillow. So if you have a queen bed, you get a 48-inch long lumbar pillow. If you have a king bed, bring in like a 55, 60-inch lumbar pillow. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like they're shorter and they're longer. And you just pop one of those babies on, easy to take on and off. And if you're really gonna fight me on this, just get a basket. That's what we do. We have a big basket in the corner of our room. I am an aggressive decorator when it comes to pillows. My bed, when fully done up, has 3 20 by 20s and then 2 lumbars in front of it. That's 5 throw pillows, honey. I don't take those on and off every single day, twice a day, but I keep them in a big basket in the corner. And then when I want my bed to look chef's kiss, I pull them out and put them on. So anyway, there's an extra tip. Tip 6, scent. You want all of your senses to feel the shift, right? Again, the slower pace, the colder temperatures, everything kind of chills a little bit. And the scent when you walk into a room can be more powerful than anything else. So let's talk about fall scents. The tried and true, you know, like the pumpkins, the apple, the baking, the vanillas. I am not a hater of things like that in candles or anything else, but I know a lot of you are, and that's okay. I get it. I much prefer fall scents to be a little bit more organic. So think like cedar, pine, mahogany, something spicier. So it doesn't have to just be like, oh, my house smells like I'm baking an apple pie or I don't get to use fall scents. No, think like muskier, not to be confused with must with a T, not mustier. Muskier. Fall scents in candles, fall scents in hand soaps. Number 7, this will admittedly feel perhaps a little bougie to some of us out there. But as I was thinking about this list and as I was thinking about how much I do love to take a little bit of time to make my house feel cozier and different as the seasons change, one of the things I realized that I do, and I don't even know if I've always been conscious of it, I play music all the time in my house. And when I'm busy doing other things, I usually have some sort of background music on. And in the fall, I noticed that that music changes. Before I go full-blown Christmas Carol, which I most certainly do for a solid 3 to 4 weeks, I go like fall jazz. Do I know anything about jazz? No. Do I need to know anything about jazz? Also no. I just know that it puts me in a mood. Think about the music that you're playing if you want to get really granular. If you're like, Melissa, hit me. Hit me with the most ridiculous, unhinged, extra tips. And honestly, I think the music that you play in your house at the time of the year could be one of those. Are most people going to ignore it? Correct, they will. But for some of you, you're gonna be like, girl, I put on some jazz. I got me a throw blanket that is brown. I lit a candle called Golden Leaves. All of a sudden, 10 times happier. And you know what? You will be. You're welcome. Okay, and then this is a true bonus. Again, this is not for everybody. But what is it about autumn that makes me crave a full blown 100% top to bottom girl shower. You know what I mean? Like, I am not trying to just do a quick, I'm not just washing my face and going to bed, honey. I'm doing a shower as hot as I can stand it, washing head to toe, double washing the hair, maybe even a deep conditioner, dare I say, while I'm shaving my legs. I'm not skipping exfoliation. I'm getting out. I am a new person. My eyes are clear. My heart is full of gratitude. My skin is moisturized. I'm putting on pajamas that, wait for it, match. I'm wearing matching pajamas this season. That's right, because I've romanticized every other part of my life. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna come out with, let's be honest, probably a glass of wine. And because we're going into fall, it will be of the red variety. What kind of mass murdering serial killer drinks white in the winter? Nobody. Nobody that I trust. Get you a glass of red wine or a hot tea in your matching pajamas with your freshly shaved, moisturized legs, your house that smells like somebody is baking, and tell me that you don't love it here. You love it here. I love it here. We all love it here. Thank you guys so much for watching me and all of my ridiculousness. I appreciate it. Catch you next time.